Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. Today we got a 2K from WCOOP 2025, a PKO. We got Internet 930 on the final table, Buddy on Poker, Proberus, Bone Diddy, Del Bria, Darwin, Hello Toddy, Ramunculus, and Aerodanas. 9-10-0 for Ramunculus, gonna start things off. Two big stacks going to war here. 9-7 defends the big blind. Pretty boring flop. Jack 3-2. Not too much action here. Probably just check, bet, fold, and we're moving along. We got $29,000 for first and second place, plus the bounties on top of it. The other numbers down there along the bottom, go ahead and check them out. Everybody's got like $4,500 locked up. That's what's important to note. Not even a $1,000 ladder. Pone Diddy with 9-9, gonna open under the gun. We are 9-handed here, not too much behind. Queen 8 suited. Internet thinking something through here. Cover Pone Diddy for that tiny ass bounty. Queen 8 suited hits the muck, but Proberus will defend the big with 4-3 suited. Ace Jack 6 flop. Not too much for 4-3 of spades. We got the backdoor straight flush draw in there. Lines will go for a small C bet and take the pot down. Thanks to KalipokerTV Poker Replays for the replay. If at any point in time you find yourself not giving a shit for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and Kali Poker, so you can go check out some poker action in some peace and quiet. Ace 10 for Ramunculus will open it on up. King 2 suited for Pone Diddy in the big blind. Pone Diddy calls. We get a Ace 9-3 flop. Pone Diddy with backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, sees a C bet. Says, fuck it, we're moving along, dude. Holy shit, tough to get comfy here today. Ace 6 for Aerodanas. Probably not going to play that one, eh? Truly not much in this hand. Queen 7, Ramunculus will think about it for a second. They say, no, that's some bullshit there. We'll let that go. Buddy on with King 3-0. The other big stack just finds the fold. Pone Diddy with 8-5 and the small folds to him. We're going to go for the raise, covering Del Bria in the big. Playing about 28 blinds deep. Del Bria does find the call. Good shit. We get an Ace Queen 5 flop. Real no reason for Jack 9 to hang in there. We got the backdoor straight draws, but fuck them, dude. 7 blinds in the middle. Pone Diddy, your pair of 5s will take down the pot if you bet. They might even check it on over. Pone Diddy says, why the fuck would I check when I can bet, dude? They go for a little bit more. No, it looks to be about a half pot size bet, and they take it on down. Ace 5 suited for Proberus. 10-10 for Pone Diddy. Pone Diddy barely covers him. $1,800 bounty on Proberus's head. Buddy on comes in for the nice aggressive open here. King 8 offsuit. Swift 3 bet by Proberus with the Ace 5 suited, of course. 10s just swiftly fold, dude. 10s swiftly hit the muck. Buddy on also out of there with their bullshit holding. Whoa, wee-wee-wah. What a play by Proberus there. Ace 5 suited. What a monster holding. Ace Queen for Internet. Ace Jack for Del Bria. Hopefully they don't go too crazy here. We could see a small 3 bet and then fold to the jam with Ace Jack. I don't know if we want to call here. Hopefully we don't rip it in. 5 blinds is the 3 betting size. Darwin with King Queen in the small. Just going to fold that. Small 3 bet off the short stack. About a fifth of Del Bria's stack in total. 1K bounty on the line. Internet just plays call. Interesting stuff. 10-8-4 flop. Backdoor hearts for Internet. Backdoor straight draws for both players. No pairs though. Ace Jack might be able to find a way to buy this pot here. Oh, we check the flop. 10 on the turn pairs the board. What do we think of the check back? It's not going to be 10-10, right? Because that'd just be quads. Only one combo of that. That's the most reasonable check back hand on the flop. Even though it's a wet ass board, we're playing pretty short. So I guess, yeah, 10 still just check back the flop probably. Does 8-8 ever check back the flop? Probably not. Wouldn't even 3-bet pre, I don't think. Do aces ever just randomly check it down to the river with all the flush draws and straight draws out there? No way, siree. I'm just thinking internet must believe their ace queen is best here. They'll check it on over. Probably looking just to check call. Delbria doesn't fire another bail. Ace jack just shows it down. I wanted to see another bluff there by Delbria, to be honest with you. I wanted to sniff out a hero call in internet shoes. But no. Ace queen gets showdown, takes the pot down. Erdenas with the ace king will open under the gun. I don't know if we get any action here. Ramunculus with jack 6 in the big blind. Has a whole fuck ton of chips, dude. But that's a shitty holding. Under the gun open. From a player you wouldn't expect to be opening too wide here with their situation. Ramunculus goes in the tank. Finds the call. Does some math. Queen 6-4 flop. All diamonds. Neither player with a diamond. Erdenas will go for a c-bet. 1.6 blinds into 5.6. Gonna be tough for jack 6 to hang in there, of course. Ramunculus calls. Sees a 7 of clubs on the turn. Oof. Turn goes check check swiftly. Ace on the river. Erdenas makes the toppest of pairs, but I don't know if they get any more value. Ramunculus checks. River just goes check check. Ace king will take down a small one. King queen for Delbria. Coming for the open 9-9 for Ramunculus in the small blind. Gonna be interesting to see if they 3-bet here and what the size is, playing 59 blinds deep with Erdenas. Playing about 19 effective with Delbria. 6.5 is the elected size. Don't think we get it in here, but if Delbria 4-bet rips, we're gonna have a flip for their life. They just move along, look for a better spot. They still cover Hello Toddy, who's got 10 blinds and a 4K bounty on their head. So Delbria says maybe we'll get a situation where we could get that bounty. Maybe even a ladder. Queen jack for Probus will open it on up under the gun +1. Darwin just calls with the jack jack. About 34 blinds for them. Ace queen for Ramunculus. We see an ace and a queen probably being folded if Ramunculus 3-bets. I think we're going to have a big flip for Darwin's life here. There's the 3-bet by Ramunculus, the big stack, 150 blinds just about. They make it 8. They make it 8 in their 3-betting size. So yeah, at least one ace, one queen is dead. Darwin just 4-bet rips the jacks here. Do we ever call? Man, that's spicy. I think we just rip. Darwin likes to play post flop. Could keep the ranges wide. Like, what about ace 5 suited? Ramunculus probably 3-bets that shit. Maybe you just call and take a post flop. There's 15 blinds in the middle. If you rip and take it down, that's not too bad. Anyways, Darwin just plays call. After thinking about it for a while, Darwin says, yeah, let's just keep all the bluffs in there. Play some post flop poker. 21 blinds in the middle. 26 behind. 9-8 3 flop, 2 spades out there. Good looking board for Darwin. 5.5 blind C bet by Ramunculus. Again, I wonder, do we take the aggressive line and just rip it in, or do we keep the bluffs in there? Darwin says keep them in there, dude. Finds the call, 9 on the turn, pairs the board. Does this go check check and we get our river card? 32 in the middle. Does Ramunculus fire another barrel? You got the 2 overs. They just rip it in. They got about 13.5% if they can get Darwin to call here. $2,200 bounty on the line. Man, I hope Darwin calls. Very nice hand by them. Again, if they just rip it in pre, they got kind of a fake ass flip. They take it all the way down to the turn. Get your opponent to rip it in with 13%. Find the call, Darwin. You did it. Great play. Great play. That's 60 more seconds to talk this one out. So if Darwin folds, they got 20 blinds. Del Brio with 17. Talotati with 10. They still cover both of them. Could look for a situation to go bounty hunting. But man, I think Jacks just call here. I'm kind of surprised this is taking this long even. I don't know, man. Hopefully Darwin doesn't fold. Oh no, Jacks hit the muck. Oof. I feel like I shouldn't have said the words I said. I was like, I don't know why this is taking so long. Darwin, call already. You got 86%. What a beautifully played hand. Blinds go up. We'll just move along and pretend I never said nothing about Darwin. They're a wizard, but man, that's an unfortunate fold there. Homunculus puts him in his spot, gets Jacks off the pot on the turn. 9 pairs the board on the turn. Still so many flush draws out there. Some straight draws. Ace, queen, high. Unfortunate happening for Darwin. They would have taken down a nice pot there, but we're moving along. Aerodonas with a set of 3s. King, queen for Homunculus this time. Has nothing going on here. 13 blinds in the middle. Aerodonas goes for a hefty bet, sizing up a river gem. Oh no, Darwin down to 15 blinds. I don't know what to say, man. Darwin's, in my opinion, gotta be like, what, top 5 player in the world. And, makes the incorrect play, but you know, everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Should give more credit to Homunculus as well, putting a whole fuck ton of pressure on that pair of Jacks. 3-bet pre, small. I think it was about a quarter pot size C-bet on the flop. Board pairs on the turn. Homunculus rips it in with no real draw, just 2 overs. It's a big ball play by Homunculus. They deserve the 120 blind stack first place position. Ace 10 for internet comes in for the open from the cutoff, and Pone Diddy gonna 3-bet here. Ace 4-0. Ace 10 suited does find the call. Queen 9-7 flop. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw for internet. They don't want to see a big bet here. Got a few backdoor straight draws. They even get a free turn if they want to take it. Ace 4 drawing to E4. Oops. Internet will bet about 4.2 blinds, a quarter pot. Taking over the betting lead. Interesting happening. No way Pone Diddy just check raises here with Ace 4. What? Pone Diddy check raises here with Ace 4 to 10 blinds? Takes the pot down? Riddle me that one. What a play by Pone Diddy. Seen a few monsterful plays here. 9-9 for Aerodonas is in a pickle. They don't know it yet. Homunculus with Ace 5 comes in for the open. Broberus with King King from the button. Buddy on poker with Queen Jack might also play call. Yeah, not really a 3-betting hand. They just find the call. Got 8.6 blinds in the middle. Proberus just rips in 33 with the king and the king. $1,800 bounty on the line. Aerodonas is going to be curious. Like, if we're flipping here, we're actually getting a great price. It's about 31 into 73. Aerodonas says, fuck it, dude. I won't even worry about the math. Let's just move on along. Nice fold by the 9s. Only $1,800 bounty on Proberus's head. Anyways, 5-5 comes in for the open from the cutoff. 7-7 for Pone Diddy. Pone Diddy calls from the button. King Queen for Del Brio in the small. 11 blinds for them. Just gonna have to fold. 9-5 suited for Darwin, and the big blind comes along to this 7-7-6 flop. Is that 4 of a kind? Don't lead, Darwin. Don't lead, Darwin. No. Makes sense. We got a straight draw. We might get the fives to... No. No. Fives aren't folding. I think Pone Diddy just calls here for a kind. Just keep everybody in the pot. Oh no, Darwin does make the straight, drawing dead. 5-5 with the open ender, of course. That doesn't matter. Boat draw doesn't matter either. Pone Diddy flops them dead. Darwin bets about 2.6 blinds, and I think Pone Diddy just calls once more. Darwin rips the river. I don't even know if we can get away from it. Like, what about a 9 or 10 of clubs? 9 of hearts. 1 9 or 2 of 10 out there. But there is 18 blinds in the middle, and we have 8 behind. We have the dink end of the straight. Darwin checks it on over, says maybe a club draw will bluff. I don't know if we check fold a straight here, dude. What a stupid turn. What a stupid river card. Pone Diddy rips it all in with quads, of course. $2,200 bounty on Darwin's head. They do find the call with the straight. See the bad news. 35 blinds for Pone Diddy. Unfortunate showing here for Darwin. Folding the jacks. Making a straight on the turn there. Against quads. Nothing you can do about that one. Hooey. Pone Diddy gets a nice bounty. Queen and a 10. 66 blinds. They'll come in for the open. So we got $5,400 locked up now. Looks to be about a $1,600 ladder. Now, once we get down to 7 players, that is. Queen 10 sees a king, king 9 flop, 8-7 for a homunculus. We'll check fold facing the, was that a 5th pot size bet? Not much doing here. We'll see if anybody gets crazy. Homunculus with 9-4 in the small might just raise and take it down pre. Oh, limp pot. This is kind of dumb. 8-4, arrow to Nas in the big blind. 9-4 for Homunculus. Just a big 4 blind raise by arrow to Nas. Surely takes the pot down, right? It's kind of cool to see. Ace King arrow to Nas gets rewarded for their aggression. Ace King suited in the small, 50 blinds deep. That's a good hand. It's unlikely, but Pone Diddy could open Aerodonas 3 bets and Internet 4 bets. No. Just folds around to Aerodonas, who will open up to 4 blinds from the small, covering Internet. And they have a playable King 9 of diamonds here. King 9 calls, of course, 7-7-5 flop, 1 diamond for Internet. They see a 2.2 blind bet. Quickly calls with the backdoor flush draw, 2 overcards, 4 on the turn. Aerodonas slows down with Ace King. 13.5 in the middle. No real reason for Internet to bluff, but they're just going to make a pair of 9s on the river. Aerodonas kind of block bets here, 3 into 13.5. Pair of 9s quickly calls and will take down the pot. And in that situation, the chips really matter. It was about 15 blinds sliding over to Internet. That's a tough one to lose there. Shitty river for Aerodonas. Ace Jack, Pone Diddy opening it up. Queen 8 suited. Homunculus just finds the call from the cutoff. King 9 suited in the big blind. Buddy on comes along. Jack, Jack 10. 2 hearts. That doesn't matter. No spades for Homunculus. No diamonds for Buddy on, but both players with straight draws. Pone Diddy with the best of it with 3 of a kind. Checks it on over to Homunculus. Looking for a 9. Homunculus checks. Finds a 9. Okay. 9 of hearts completes the flush. King Queen makes a better straight. That doesn't matter. Some boat potentials out there. Jack 10, Jack 9, 10, 10, 9, 9. Queen 8 suited. Makes it straight on the turn. Bets 2.5, a third pot. Bone Diddy gonna call, looking to boat up on the river here. I don't think we really want to raise the turn with 3 of a kind. There's some nasty river cards, such as a queen or 8 of diamonds. 10 of diamonds, or sorry, queen or 8 of hearts is a nasty river card for 3 of a kind. But we get the 10 of diamonds on the river. Bone Diddy makes boat, takes down the pot. Ace 10 suited for Del Bria, probably rips it in here for 10 blinds. Not too much behind, might just take it down pre. 1k bounty on their head. They make it 7.5, but effectively ripping it all in. Ace 9 for Ramunculus, just gonna get out of there. Queen Jack suited for Ramunculus. Ace 3-0 for Toddy. I'll think about a rip here for 5.5 blinds. Hopefully they find a better spot. I see a bunch of aces being folded. Hopefully Toddy folds, Ramunculus opens. Buddy on, Ace 9. Oh, do we ever call facing the big stack? Such a marginal situation. We'll see what Buddy on elects to do. A 3-bet is cool. Probably not the holding you want to use though. Progress with Ace 5 in the small as Ace 9 hits the muck. Ace 5 also hits the muck. Ramunculus open, just gets through pre. King Jack suited, Ramunculus right back in there. We got an Ace Queen for Del Bria in the big. Jack 9 suited for Bone Diddy in the small blind. Bone Diddy calls. Del Bria probably 3-bet rips here. 12 blinds effective. Ramunculus is going to be in a weird spot. Playing 76 blinds deep with Bone Diddy. All in comes in. 44% 3 ways. That's good news. We're not going to see this 3 ways, I don't think. Like, it probably doesn't go call, right? Right? Probably doesn't go call. No, Ramunculus just rips it in, isolates the pot. It is a 76 blind jam. Bone Diddy, of course, has to get out of there. Ace high board pretty well locks it up. No straight help for Ramunculus. No 2-pair draw. No 3 of a kind draw. Del Bria just gets the full double and then some. 28 blinds for them. Queen 5 in the small. Just gonna fold, of course. Jack 8 suited. Ramunculus opens under the gun. Erdonas, King Queen suited, calls under the gun +1. Buddy on from like the hijack calls. 8-9 suited. Ace 9 6 flop. 2 diamonds out there. Buddy on and Erdonas with flush draws. Pair 9 somehow best right now. 3 blind bet by Erdonas, 35 behind. Oh, and Buddy on quickly raises to 8 blinds, making it 5 more to go into a pot of what would be 24.5. Do we ever 3-bet the flop and take it down? No, of course not. We'd get called. So Erdonas says, let's just call ourselves. See a turn card. 5 of clubs is no help. Interesting sizing choice here for Buddy on. We got 24.5 in the middle, 30 behind. They just rip it in and take it down. Get the better flush draw off the pot. So there's no scary rivers. Buddy on with the pair, straight draw, flush draw, all the equity in the world. Ace 2, internet will limp it in, which is an interesting choice. I got Ramunculus in the big blind. Hello Toddy in the small with 4 blinds. Maybe that's why we limp it in. Toddy comes along with 10-4 suited. Bone Diddy with Jack 10 also in there. 8-9 for Ramunculus. We'll let everybody see the flop. King Queen 9, a flop straight for Bone Diddy. Internet with the ace high will check and lose all the time. 5 blinds in the middle. We'll see what Bone Diddy elects to do. Go for a small 1.25 blind bet. Probably just take this one down. Yep. Pair of nines for homunculus fold to the big blind. That makes sense. Ace jack suited for Probris. Oh, another limp pot. Buddy on says we still got Hello Toddy in there with 2.5 blinds. 4K bounty. Might see a few more limp pots, which is kind of interesting. Queen 3 does make the best hand here. Pair of queens on the king queen 5 flop. Probris and Aerodoness. Make pair of jacks on the turn. 7 on the river is no help for nobody. Pair of queens will take down the pot here, I do imagine. Might even go for a little value. No. That 3 kicker is pretty shit. More limp pots. 9-8 suited. Buddy on under the gun. Probris under the gun +1. 4-4. They come along. Toddy with 8-10 suited. They're going to stick in there 2.5 blinds. I'm just trying to think about what happens here. 9-7-0 finds the call for Homunculus. Internet with queen 4 in the bag. I'm just wondering, does Buddy on find a way to raise this up? Looking to isolate the pot. Maybe Probris rips. Internet calls the big blind. We got 11 blinds in the middle. Buddy on calls. Probris just rips, says, fuck you guys, dude. Fuck you guys. Isolation. Looking to get that 4K bounty. 4-4 rips it in. 9-7 can't really call here. We're playing about 70 blinds deep with Buddy on. Gotta get out of there. 9-8 suited calls. Probris's life is on the line. We got a flush draw. We got a bunch of overcards. King of clubs on the river. Buddy on gets there. Hello Toddy's Gonzo Alonzo. Probris is Gonzo Alonzo. Was that like 6 grand in bounties? Just a little bit less than that. We lose 2 bodies down to 6 players. Got $9,100 locked up. That was a big bounty there for Buddy on. 106 blinds in total now. They got the biggest stack. King 10-8 flop, limp pot, ace 6 for internet. Checks it on over. Buddy on with no real reason to bet on that board. Of course, doesn't pick up any equity. They have no draw. 5 high. This one checks down to the river. Pretty boring pot. Ace 6. Internet will check once again. Buddy on. Do we put in a bluff here? That we do. 1.8. And ace high calls. So it's kind of boring, but it's always cool to see an ace high call. King 7 suited for Homunculus. 8-8 for Buddy on. Calls the small. 10-9 5 flop. Homunculus checks it on back, picks up some equity, looking for a king, a queen, an 8. Got a bunch of flush draws out there. Homunculus thinks, do I go for a bet here? Yes, I do. Go for a big bet, 4.3. And we get the pair of 8s off the pot. Nicely done by Homunculus once again. Yeah, like think back to them getting jacks to fold for Darwin. That was a big pot for Homunculus. They could have been back in the middle of the pack. Had Darwin called there. 7-6. Buddy on opens the button. 8-8 Del Bria. Probably 3 bet rips here for 21. Eights rip. 8s jam and get it through. Pre ace queen for internet. Isn't a bit of a pickle here. King for Del Bria in the small. We'll see what size they 3 bet to. 6-handed ace queen suited. Fucking strong, dude. Del Delbria just rips 24 blinds. If I'm internet, I think I call here. That we do. We're looking for aces and hearts. We see none of it on the flop. Oof. Oh. Bingo, ace on the river. Shitty old jack of spades on the turn. Of course, there's no equity picked up on the 8-4-4 flop. Ace queen was looking pretty dire there. Finds the ace on the river. King king, no good, of course. Delbria out of here in 6th place. We got about $12,000 locked up. Ramunculus with ace 5-0 opens it up. Queen jack for internet in the big blind. Will call 4-3-2 flop. That's a straight there for Ramunculus. Hard task today, says internet. 5-card draw PLO. Ace 5 with that straight. Eventually bets after internet chats it up a little while. That's a bunch of words internet said. Didn't really make sense. Bad BVM before verse Pone Diddy. I think X flop. Anyways, we get a little break. Be right back. Okay, coming back from break. Ramunculus has his 10-7 suited. Pone Diddy, though, with ace king suited, will open that one up under the gun 6-handed. At 10-7 quickly hits the muck. That was an afterthought after the open. Buddy on with queen 9 in the big blind will call. We get a 10-9-2 flop. 1 spade for Pone Diddy with backdoor straight draw. 2 overcards. We'll see if they go for a C bet here, most likely, eh? We are facing the biggest stack. 1.4 blinds, Pone Diddy says. Quick call by the pair of 9s. 4 hearts on the turn. No equity picked up for Pone Diddy. Might slow down on the turn here. Free 8 of diamonds on the river. Good look in the situation for the pair of 9s. We'll see Buddy on elects to check call. Go for a little value. They say check call is probably best. Queen 9 takes that small one down. Jack 10 Ramunculus. 2nd place position with about 79 blinds. Opens it up. 10-4 suited for Pone Diddy in the big blind calls. We get a Queen Jack 9 flop. Both players with the open-ended straight draw. Ramunculus with the pair backdoor flush draw. They go for a small 1.3 blind bet. Pone Diddy in a spicy spot. Might think check raise here, but it's not going to work out, obviously. They elect just a call. 8 of clubs on the turn. We both make a straight. 1 liner to a 10. 2 flush draws out there. We'll see what size Ramunculus goes. 7.7 in the middle, just about. See if an overbet comes in. No, small bet. Ramunculus says bet small, give the flush draws a chance to come along. Looks to be about a 3rd pot. Pone Diddy calls. Ace of spades on the river. The front door flush gets there. King 10 obviously makes the best of it. Oh, sorry. Spades get there. King 10 was a better straight on the turn anyways. What a stupid comment. Ramunculus blocks the flush with the straight and a pair. Will bet something. Do we go smaller, like 8 blinds? Or like I was thinking overbet on the turn didn't come in. 10.5 is the size. Good opportunity to learn here from Ramunculus with the straight. Pone Diddy just calls with the straight as well, and we'll chop this bad boy up. Ace 10 for Erdonas. They'll come in for the open. Did I say 6-handed earlier? We're 5-handed. Internet with the jack and the jack. We got about $12,000 locked up. Internet will go for a small 3-bet 5.5 and quickly take the pot down. Nice fold by Erdonas. Could Could have got curious with ace 10. They say no, move along. Jack 10 for buddy on. They'll open it on up. Excuse me. There we go. Holy moly. 8-6. Sees the flop here for Erdenas. Gets a free turn. Buddy on makes 2 pairs. We'll bet and take the pot down there. Got something brewing here. Buddy on opening up ace 5. Pwn Diddy with 10-10. Ramunculus with ace king suited. 10's called the under the gun open. Ace king probably 3 bets. Internet with queen in the big blind. Whoa, wee what? Ace king suited just calls pre. Don't think we're going 4 ways to a flop here, but we do got a few fair holdings. Pwn Diddy with 10-10. Internet 3 bets to 16 blinds. That's huge. What the fuck do we do with 10s? Again, we're 5-handed. If I'm Pwn Diddy, I'm pretty tempted to rip it in here. We do got 53 blinds. We don't really want to call. What would be 14 more? About 39 behind. That's spicy. Don't really want to do that. It looks like a jam or fold facing this huge jumbus. 3 bet from the big blind. We still got Ramunculus in the hand. We could just get out of here. Pwn Diddy is capable of making the big folds, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the all-in play. And Ramunculus with ace king is in a weird spot. It tends to hit the muck. Nicely done by Pwn Diddy. Playing about what? Just under 60 blinds deep. No, under 70 blinds. Just under 70 blinds deep. Internet comes in for the biggest 3 bet ever from the big blind. Ace king just rips. We got a huge flip, but we got an ace folded. Ace king or hearts. Nothing on the turn. No ace or king. Ramunculus is down to 8 blinds. Queen wins a big pot. 143 for internet. Nice fold by 10-10. Ace 6 Pwn Diddy's right back in there, suited and booted. Internet with ace 7 in the small blind. We'll see if they play now that they got the big stack. Calling is interesting. 3 bet is cooler, to be honest. Internet goes in the tank, put some pressure on Pwn Diddy's open here. Internet just lets it go 5-3 also. For buddy on, hits the muck. 4-4 for internet. We'll come in for the bigger open room the button. 2.3 blinds take the pot down. King 10 for Erdenas. Gonna limp it in. Ramunculus in the big blind. The short stack with about 8 blinds just under that. $5-3 suited for internet. It's gonna min raise. Facing the under the gun limp. Pwn Diddy's ace 9 hits the muck. 6-4 for Ramunculus. Might get the heck out of there. Erdenas does call. We had an interesting ass ace jack 4 flop. Straight draws for both players, and 5 high has the flush draw. Bets 1.5 blinds on a favorable board. King 10 calls. 4 on the turn. King high is still best. Gonna be really hard to hang in there though. I imagine internet bets small again. Don't have to go bigger than 2 blinds really. 2.3 is the size. Erdenas hangs in there. 2 hearts on the river. That's a straight flush. Straight flush for internet. What a call by Erdenas on the turn. Horrific river, of course. A straight flush rips it in. Hopefully Erdenas just folds. Very nice call on the turn though. They kind of understand internet's gonna be raising pre-flop with a whole lot of bullshit. We see 5-3 for hearts. Just so happen to get there. Hopefully Erdenas folds, sees a big blind covering Ramunculus. Nice river card for internet. They'll take a pot down there. 9-7 suited. Pwn Diddy could just rip this in pre for about 10 blinds. Covering both players. 4K bounty and a 5K bounty out there. Pwn Diddy will take the spot and both short stacks just fold. Queen 10 for Pwn Diddy. We'll see what they elect to do. Probably just a min raise, right? Queen Jack for internet. I'll defend the big blind, probably just with a call. Queen 10-7 flop, top 2 for Pwn Diddy. Internet's got the backdoor straight flush draw, which we know they can hit. Top pair to boot. 5 blinds in the middle. Top 2 does say I block a lot of value hands, but I gotta go for a bet on such a wet board. They go small 1.3 blinds. We'll see if internet thinks check raise. They say no. Got it. Just a calling hand. Top pair with the fair kicker. Backdoor equity. Deuce of diamonds on the turn. Brings in another flush draw, but other than that, nothing else. Top 2. We'll see what size we go. 2 flush draws out there. Pwn Diddy is going to go big 9.5 blinds. Overbets the pot. Tough for Queen Jack to fold, but if we're being honest, we don't want that Jack of clubs in our hand. We're blocking King Jack of clubs, Jack 9, Ace Jack, some sort of Jack 8, 7 on the river. Queen Jack still plays the Jack kicker, so they still lose to Ace Queen, King Queen. Queen 10 as well, of course. Queen Jack, Queen 9 probably check the river, just with showdown value. King Queen might think about a check on the river. Queen 10 even checks the river as the board pairs. Says it's going to be hard to get called by just a single pair. So we're looking at 3 of a kind in hands that don't call us. Would have been interesting to see Pwn Diddy putting another bet on the river there just to see if internet's going to call. But again, they got that shit kicker. They probably don't want it. Anyways, we're moving along. Limp pot, Jack 5 suited. Sees a King 9 4 flop. We'll check it on over to Buddy on, who makes top pair. Checks it on back. Jack on the turn. Internet bets quite large with second pair. Buddy on calls. 9 pairs the board on the river. 6 blinds in the middle. I think Buddy on just calls if internet raises. Internet checks it on over. Surely Buddy on goes for some value here after checking back the flop. Try to get called. Whoa, Buddy on just checks. Interesting. Says they don't want to blow the pot, I suppose. A showdown value. Surely after checking back the flop, I thought a bet would have came in on the river there. Whatever. 8-8 for internet. They'll open the button. Queen 4 suited for Pwn Diddy. Will defend with a call. Get 3 cards. King Queen 10. Internet with the under pair could always turn their hand into a big bluff here. We'll see if they even go for the C bet. We could just check it all the way down. 3 of clubs on the turn after internet does check back the flop. Pwn Diddy. 2 flush draws out there, plenty of straight draw potentials. No bet on the flop will cut out some of that. Pwn Diddy says maybe it's a 10. Maybe a better queen checks back the flop. Obviously some under pairs that have 2 outs that you don't really need to bet to get off the pot. We just go to the river where we get the 4 of hearts. Would be a nice thin value bet by Pwn Diddy here. Second pair. Nice, 1.4 blinds. It's super small. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean much, but it's cool to see. 8-8 for internet after checking this one down. Says, man, I don't want to just give this one away for free. Super small bet gets paid off. Pwn Diddy shows him the queen. Ace Queen for Erdonas will rip it in for 6.5 blinds. Pwn Diddy with Queen Jack suited will think about bounty hunting. Internet with Jack 6 comes along with a call. Ace 3 for Buddy on. Do we ever raise to isolate the pot? Buddy on's thinking about it here. They just call. Does Pone Diddy call? Does Pone Diddy ever isolate with a raise? 62 blinds for him. It's very spicy. It's about 6 to call. We just call. Interesting stuff. 9-4-3 flop. Bottom pair is best for Buddy on, I suppose. Not going to be easy to hold up, especially if any bets come in. It checks to Buddy on, who might isolate the pot with a bet here. Queen Jack of Spades doesn't have a good reason to hang in there. Jack 6 also will fold. Ace 3 gets isolation. We're looking for a queen or backdoor hearts, I do believe. No reason for internet to raise this one up. Backdoor straight draw, I suppose? No, we just fold, of course. King of Spades on the turn is nothing, and a 4 on the river. Buddy on will hold up, get the 4K bounty, and we do lose. Who the hell was that? I don't know why. Erdenas. Forgot their name in 2 seconds, but that doesn't matter. 4K bounty for Buddy on. We're down to 4. We got 15K locked up. Just under, what is that? Just under 5 grand for the next ladder. Get another ace king call pre-flop. Pone Diddy on the button here. Seems Buddy on's open under the gun four-handed. Queen 3 suited for internet also comes along. Ace king 6. Top 2 pairs. Pone Diddy bets half pot and takes it on down. King 2 for internet. We'll limp it in. We're playing 100 blinds deep. 9-7 checks it back. We get a Jack 2 flop. Bottom pair for internet. They bet 1 blind. Not much reason for 9-7 to hang in there. 9 high with backdoor straight draw on a paired board will fold. Ace queen for internet. 102 blinds deep. Will open the button. The minimum. No. 2.6. I go for the big size. Put a little pressure on the blinds here. They get dealt some bullshit holdings, so it'll be a raise and take it down pre. 10-3 for Ramunculus sucks dick. Might just get a raise, a call, and a fold. 2.6 blind open by the Queen 7. 6-5 will call. Pone Diddy with 9-4 suited will come along with a call. This is kind of stupid. 10-3 just hits the muck, I think. Hope for a cooler, maybe? Wow, this is dumb. Do you really want to call for the rest of your stack with 10-3 if you... Man, if you get there and somehow get back in the game, you'll have a little bit more than 10 blinds. Ramunculus says, let's get it in. 3 of a kind. Good time to be Ramunculus. So it'll be about 11 blinds. Internet with a pair of 7s here. Backdoor full house draw to the queen and the queen. Other than that, the board looks locked up. No straight flush draw potentials for Pone Diddy with that 9 of diamonds. 6-5 is drawing dead. Queen 7 will bet to isolate the pot. Of course, Ramunculus gets it in here with 3 of a kind. Is it 99%? Or is it 97? I don't quite remember. We'll see swiftly. 99, yeah. 99.6. No queen on the turn. Don't know why I thought it was 97%. It really doesn't matter. Ramunculus finds the good old flop. 3 of a kind with the 10-3-0. 9-8 for Ramunculus. We'll fold the small. Preserve the 10.5 blinds. Again, hope for a cooler still. Oof. King for Pone Diddy. King for Ramunculus is suited. They're going to be tempted to get this one in here. Pone Diddy opens 2.5. Hard to fold 10 blinds with King suited. Four-handed. Ramunculus will rip it in. Ace 5 for internet. Probably doesn't get too excited. Although a 4 bet is cool. We just don't have much of a size we can go there. Anyways, oh, flush draw, flush draw, flush draw. Does get there, but a boat on the river. 4 of diamonds, nasty ass card. Pone Diddy gets the 5k bounty and a fair stack here, moving along with about 69 blinds. 5-3 suited for internet will open it up. 2.6 blinds. They go big still. Playing deep here. Ace King suited versus King Jack suited. A little bit of spice. Pone Diddy limps it in. King Jack will raise to 4 blinds. See if Pone Diddy 3 bets here. I don't know if we have to go as big as like 16. We can probably just make it like 12 and a bit, eh? Do we go like 14 maybe? I don't think we want to go bigger than 16. Pone Diddy says yes you do, dude. Just go huge. 18 blinds. Try to get this in pre-flop. 50 behind. Internet's kind of got a 4-betting hand. Do we ever find... Whoa, we call. We call the King Jack suited in position. 8-6-2. 1 diamond out there. No hearts for Pone Diddy. Gonna be hard for them to hang in there. Ace King can still go for a betski on the flop here. 12 blinds to go. King Jack suited doesn't really have a reason to hang in there, no. 2 overcards, backdoor flush draw. Not a great price. A 3rd pot size bet. King Jack says fuck it, dude. King Jack says fuck it. We got 60 blinds in the middle. 37 behind for Pone Diddy. King Jack just hangs in there. I kind of want to see Pone Diddy check. There we go. King Jack, no draw. Drawing to a jack. We'll check the turn. Surely we gotta bluff at some point if we're gonna hang in there with King High. 7 of diamonds on the river. Huge ass pot. 60 blinds. Pone Diddy checks. What do we do with King Jack of diamonds? Kind of want to see the jam. Oh no, we check and show down the King High. Pone Diddy takes a big one. I don't think I make Ace King fold, so discipline. Well, I guess he says, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get you to fold. Pone Diddy says, nice hand. Probably says, yeah, I'm just not going to fold Ace King on the river there. No sarcasm. Yeah, I think that's just a... I guess when you talk it out, internet says, yeah, I'm just not getting Ace King to fold. Pone Diddy pretty well says, yeah, you're not getting me to fold Ace King. Doesn't matter if that's what I have. Guess a nice read by internet on the river there. They get Ace 7, a little bit of a situation here again for him. Ace King will 3-bet from the small, and internet says, fuck it. I'm just going to fold, move along in 3rd place position, and another situation for him. Ace Queen, Pone Diddy in the small blind here. Getting dealt monsters. Ace 5 for internet. Hopefully no ace on the flop. Limp pot. Well, we find a 5. That's kind of cool. King 7-5 flop. Ace 5, we'll check it back. 2.4 blinds in the middle. Not too interesting. And we get a deuce on the turn. Both players just pot controlling with some showdown value. Hard to get called by too much worse in either player's shoes. Like, I don't even know if Ace Queen can value bet the river. Do you just check and hope to win? Maybe pick off a bluff. Ace 5 could go for a value bet. Try to get called by a deuce, Ace High.
1.6 blinds. You like to see it by internet. Quick call by Pone Diddy.
They see the bad news. Ace 7 comes in for the open. 7-4 suited, buddy on in the big blind will call. We both flop a pair of 7s. King 8-7 flop. There's a flush draw out there. Pone Diddy. We'll see if they elect to bet that bottom ass pair with the best kicker. They check it on back. 8 on the turn. Pairs the board. $5.3 in the middle. Pone Diddy bets 1.3. Quick call by the worst pair of 7s. King on the river, double paired board. Ace high will take the pot down. 7-4. We'll just fold. Pone Diddy gets a walk with the ace and the queen. Ace 9, Pone Diddy. Gonna limp it in. Jack 9 for internet. Flops a fucking straight, dude. King, queen, 10. Jack obviously gives Pone Diddy the best pot or the best hand. Check over the ace high. No flush draw out there. Internet overbets. About 3 blinds into 2.4. Pone Diddy's curious. Goes in the tank and says, fuck it, I'm gonna fold, dude. Think you flop something strong there? Internet with the second nuts will take the pot down. Ace 6 gonna limp it in, forcing 5-2 to see a flop. Buddy on says, I'll raise it up even. What do you think about that? Internet will finally call and we'll see 3 cards, I do imagine. King, king, queen. Not easy for ace 6 to play, but I think we have to call and see a turn. Buddy on bets 1.8. Not the best board for ace 6, and we're gonna have a hard time calling on turns and rivers and shit. We gotta hope our opponent slows down at some point. 7 of spades on the turn. Do get that free river card. 3 of diamonds. Buddy on makes no pair. 5 high, no good. Hard to show that down, but it's also hard to fire a credible bluff here. Buddy on thinks about it for a second and says, yeah, I'm just going to fold ace high. I might sniff out a call. And the internet shows him that ace. So it is some good disciplined poker by these players here. Not firing bluffs in senseless spots. Pone Diddy gets another walk. His blinds go up. Pone Diddy's in first place now. Queen 5 for Buddy on. Don't think that's an open on the button. Queen 9, Pone Diddy. From the small, playing a limping strategy. Probably sticks to it. Jack 9 for internet in the big blind. We get a Jack 8-6 flop. 2 hearts. Pone Diddy with the straight draw to the 10. Backdoor flush draw. They bet 1 blind. Internet with top pair. Top pair quickly calls a small bet. Deuce of clubs on the turn brings in another flush draw. See if Pone Diddy fires. They say no, no, no. Slow down. Slow right down. Internet will throw in a hefty bet. Just about 3.9. Pone Diddy, queen high, straight draw to the 10, is ahead of some like 9-7, 10-9, 7-5, 7-4 obviously, some sort of like 5-3 of hearts, 5-4 of hearts. Internet sitting here with top pair. Deuce of spades on the river's a complete brick. Nice value bet by internet here. Queen high is going to be curious. However, with that 9 of hearts in our holding, we are blocking quite a bit of bluffs. Pone Diddy with another disciplined play on the final table here just finds the fold. 4-4, Pone Diddy will open the button. Ace-5 just hits the muck from the small blind. The 4's open, we'll just get through pre. Jack-3 suited for Buddy on. This tournament is too deep, man. Give me bingo poker. That's funny. Pone Diddy doesn't want to play, doesn't want to think too much. They're playing a damn good game here. It's just difficult to get paid off when your opponent's disciplined. What's going on here? Limp pot. 10-7 4 flop. Internet's playing 10 tables. Let's chop. Wants to cut out on a table. Scoop a little bit of money. But then they still gotta play for bounties, so that doesn't really help Internet's situation. Anyways, Jack-3's checking it down. A pair of 4s for Pone Diddy does have the best of it. We'll see if Buddy on throws in a bluff. They say no siree. Disciplined poker. Jack high, no good. Pone Diddy bets 1.2. Ooh, aces. Not gonna get a whole lot of action again. Pone Diddy's playing a limp strategy. I don't think we've seen... Did we see one raise from the big blind? Yeah, it was King Jack suited. Went for a raise, faced a big 3-bet. This time ace will raise to 4 blinds. Pone Diddy with King 8 offsuit. Would be kind of cool to see another big 3-bet here. Nah, but we are going to go to the flop. Nice. Pone Diddy with a call with the King 8. We get a Jack 4-2 flop. Nothing for Pone Diddy. Aces C bet small. I don't know if King high hangs in there, dude. Oh, aces C bet big. 5.6 blinds. No real draw out there. K8 hits the muck. Ace 9 will open the button. Buddy on with Jack 9 suited in the big blind. Jack 7 2 flop. Top pair for Buddy on with backdoor flush draw. Checks it on over. Ace 9 backdoor straight draw. Buddy on, I suppose, has that same backdoor straight draw. Buddy on sees small bet 1.3 into 5.3. We get a quick call and a King of Hearts on the turn. Overcard sucks for Buddy on, but they pick up a flush draw. They don't know this, but there's only 2 outs now. Pone Diddy doesn't find one on the river. The 10 of diamonds is interesting, however. 8-9, ace queen, and queen 9 all make straights. Pone Diddy obviously blocks that. All of it. Actually, this is a very good bluffing hand. I think it's going to come in here, and I think we go big. Oh, Pone Diddy just checks it down. Pair of jacks get that showdown, take down a small pot. I was wondering if we ever just go for a slight overbet. Something like 9.5. Maybe a pair of jacks still look us up. We will never know. However, Buddy on with a 9 and an 8 will limp it in. Jack 5 gonna raise to 3.5 for Pone Diddy in position. Hoping to take the pot down pre instead. Buddy on says we're going to the flop, dude. King, Queen, Jack. What was a bluff? It's now sitting pretty with bottom pair. Buddy on looking for a 10 for a straight. 2 undercards to the board. We get the 4 of hearts on the turn. Would be interesting to see Buddy on bluff here. They do go for a big bet, dude. 5.4 into 7.4. Only a pair of jacks for Pone Diddy. After checking back the flop, feels like we have to call the turn bet here. Pone Diddy says, no, we'll just move along, and the little straight draw will take the pot down. Nice play by Buddy on. A little 5-4 suited versus 4-2 suited, and internet likes to see flops. Jack 9, 6-2 clubs for Buddy on. Looks like a C bet and take the pot down. 4 high, no draw. Sorry, backdoor straight draw to the 5 and the 3. Sees a hefty bet. They have to fold. 5-2 versus 8-7. Buddy on in first place will just get a walk. King 8, Buddy on. What do we do from the small? Playing about 69 blinds deep. They limp it on in. Queen 4 suited for Pone Diddy in the big blind. We'll check it back. 10-7-4 flop. Backdoor equity for Buddy on with a couple of live cards. King 8, backdoor diamonds, backdoor straight. Check it on over. Bottom pair for Pone Diddy. Boo, 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 boo. Free 5 of spades on the turn brings in a straight draw to the 6. Buddy on swiftly checks. Very small pot, not too much to get excited about here. 3 of diamonds on the river does put a 1-liner to a 6. And river goes check, check. Pair 4s take the smallest of pots down. 6-7 for Pone Diddy. Doopity doo 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 doopity doo. Pone Diddy limping it in. 8 king for internet, raising it up. 4 blinds to go. Internet takes it down pre. Do 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 do. Ace 9 for Pone Diddy. Goes for a big raise from the button. 2.5 blinds, and surely this just gets through. Bum 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 bum. Pone Diddy's open, takes it down, Bree. Jack 7 for Buddy on. They limp this in from the small, that they do. 6-2 for Pone Diddy in the big blind. We're taking some time to think about this one. We check it on back. A little King Queen 3 flop. 2 diamonds out there. Pone Diddy with that flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Buddy on leads out, backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. We get an ace of spades on the turn. Buddy on slows down with the straight blocker. Pone Diddy was 6 high. Do 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 buddy do. 4.4 in the middle. Ba 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 ba. Free little deuce of spades on the river, giving Pone Diddy the best of it. River goes check, check, and another small pot slides over Pone Diddy's way. Deuce, deuce, opening the button. Ace, queen for Pone Diddy in the small blind in last place. We'll see if they come in for a 3-bet here. No, they play call from the small. King 10 in the big blind. Also going to come along, I do believe, just with the call. Queen 4-3 flop top, pair top kicker for Pone Diddy out of position. Internet backdoor straight, backdoor flush draws. 1 overcard. Deuces with some backdoor straight draws and a 3 of a kind draw. Everybody checks around the flop. 6 of clubs on the turn. So internet's just looking for a king, a 5, or a 2 for Buddy on. Other than that, Pone Diddy, who's checked twice. Top pair, top kicker will take the pot down. Internet does kind of want to buy this one here. They go in the tank. Internet says maybe my king 10's no good to bluff. We get a 4 on the river. Man, you would have thought ace queen would have bet at some point. Showing up at the river here with no bets gone in except the pre-flop. Open. Pone Diddy will bet about 2/3. King high, it's the muck, but deuces might get curious. Probably not, though. Probably see some more discipline play by Buddy On. No, Buddy On flicks in a call, sees the bad news. 15 blinds for Pone Diddy. King 3, Pone Diddy gonna let go of the button. King 4 for internet. Just behind Buddy On here. Ace 4 in the big. Limp pot. Jack 7, 6 flop. Backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw for internet. King high, no good. They check it all on over. We get a free 6 of hearts on the turn. Internet checks. Buddy On checks. King on the river. Internet makes toppest of pairs. Super small pot, so it doesn't mean much. They do bet about 3 blinds, so if ace high calls, internet will get a little value here, but ace high just hits the muck. Couple of kings for Buddy On. Looks like they'll get the raise from the small. Do we limp? What do we do here? 8-9 suited for Pone Diddy. In the big blind, does see the limp. 8-9's got plenty of playability. Suited and booted. We're going to raise to 3.5 blinds. Buddy On going to 3-bet. We'll see what size they go. Personally, I like about 10.5. Maybe a little bigger. Buddy On says just go huge, dude. 15.5. I was thinking maybe we go something like 12. Closer to 4x our opponent's raise. Buddy On says just under 5x. We still get called by the 8-9. King, Queen, 8 flop, 31 blinds in the middle. Top set for Buddy On. Hopefully checks it over. Giving Pone Diddy a chance to bluff it off. No. Top set will bet 6.8. Small bet into the big pot. Is Pone Diddy drawing dead? Backdoor 4 of a kind draw. Other than that, nothing. 7 of spades on the turn. Like I suppose Buddy On could be bluffing with some sort of ace jack, ace 10. Maybe jack 10 suited. Some of this stuff would continue barreling the turn. What would slow down? Maybe some sort of ace queen slows down. I wonder if ace jack thinks it has a little bit of showdown value, being the best no pair hand. Pone Diddy checks the turn, not looking to bluff, I suppose. That's good news for him. We do got 45 blinds in the middle, and we see a small river bet. Yikes. Pair of 8s is going to be curious here with that deuce of spades on the river. Top set for Buddy On. Hopefully Pone Diddy doesn't find a way to bluff on the river here. Turn that pair of 8s into a bluff, blocking sets. Unblocking 1 pair holdings. Such as like ace queen, ace king. You really don't want to jam right into king queen. Obviously kings and queens too. Has 60 blinds behind. Well, imagine Pone Diddy just folds, moves along. That'd be nice for him. Just like that, Pone Diddy folds and moves along. 60 big, says my 8's no good here. Top set for Buddy On. Does take down a big pot, and then they get a couple 5s. With 100 blinds, they'll open the button. King 7 defends the big. Ace Queen 9 flop. That was a pretty big pot. You like to see it. Pone Diddy with a nice river fold. Moving on along. Pair of 5 still best here as King 7 picks up a little equity with the straight draw to the 10. 9 on the river pairs the board, but internet has King high, dude. We just show this down, and Buddy On takes another one as blinds go up. Queen 8 suited. Internet limping it in, and a quick check by the 3 and the 2. 6-6-5 flop. Queen 8 still best, but Buddy On's got backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. 3 and a 2 are live. Internet checks it over, out of position. Gonna be hard to hang in there with Queen 8 of clubs. We see a slight overbet. Queen 8 folds 3-2. Gets away with one there for money on. 5-5. Internet will open the button. And Jack 4 probably just folds the big blind. And it looks like a little break to skip through. King Jack for Pone Diddy in the small. 50 blinds deep, limping it in. 8-3 suited for internet in the big blind. We'll check it on back and at 4-3-2 flop. King Jack says, what the fuck, dude? 4-3-2, low. King Jack is no good. 8-3 will bet a blind. King Jack is probably good for a call here, if we're being honest. Coming for a little float. 6 on the turn is a club, bringing in the club draw for internet. Low. 8 on the river, 2 pairs for internet. King Jack high for Pone Diddy with a one-liner to the 5 out there. We'll check fold. It'll be interesting to see if internet bets. They do 3.5 into 4.4. With the 2 pairs, they say surely. As our opponent's just checking this one down, we have the best of it. We got to bet for value. Ace Queen limping it in. 10-8 suited gets to go to the flop for free. Jack 6-4. No spades. No nothing really for a body on. And we get a 6 of clubs on the turn, bringing in the flush draw for internet. They'll bet 1.6 blinds and take the pot down. Ace 2 suited will open the button. King 10 will call the big. Right? Pone Diddy's thinking 3-bet from the big blind. Says, no, we'll just play discipline. Ace King 4 flop. Small C bet by internet, 1.4 blinds. Pone Diddy surely just calls here. 7 of clubs on the turn. Rainbow ass board, just a few Broadway draws. A little 6-5 is open-ended and that sort of shit that wraps around those cards. Not too many straight draws is what I'm saying. Make 6-5. Won't defend the big blind. Facing a flop bet, that is. Anyway, 7. We see it go check, jack on the river. Pone Diddy blocks queen 10. They're going to bet 2 blinds as a block bet and sort of a value bet too. Try to get called by some sort of queen jack 10. Nice raise by internet on the river here to 10 blinds with the toppest of pairs after checking the turn. A 3-bet on the river's crazy. That would be nice to see by Pone Diddy blocking the nuts. Blocking 2 pairs. Pone Diddy says no, king high, or pair of kings is just no good here. Ace 7 for internet, we'll get a walk. It's actually a very nice value raise there by Ace 2 on the river. Jack 10 for Pone Diddy opens the button there and might just take this down pre-buddy on with Jack 5 in the big blind. Ooh, Jack 5 defends the big. We get a queen 6-5 flop. Buddy on with X-ray vision sees the board before it comes. Makes a pair of 5s here. Pone Diddy with that straight draw now. 9 on the turn. We're looking for an 8, 10, or king. Pone Diddy picks up equity, has a good reason to bet now, and a pair of 5s isn't going to like to see a big bet. No, it's not. Blocking straight draws too, hard to hang in there. Right around half pot size, and the pair of 5s still hit the muck. Nice play by Pone Diddy. Ace King for internet. Might be a raise and take it down pre. Pone Diddy with queen 6 in the big blind. $7-5 for Pone Diddy and Buddy on. 7-5 in the small. We'll limp it on in. 6-3. Forced to see a flop. Internet might raise to buy the pot pre. They say no sirree. Jack 8-4 flop. Interesting little board. Straight draw for Pone Diddy with the backdoor flush draw. Internet with some backdoor straight draws themselves. They see a 1 blind bet with 6 high will fold. Don't think we raise. Don't think we call. No club in our hand, right? Ba-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. 9-6 for Internet. Jack 4 for Buddy on. Put 73 blinds deep. Limp pot. Jack 4 raises. 3.5 blinds to go, and Internet quickly folds. Do-do-do-do. Couple aces in the blinds and a 10-8. Oh, Internet will open. 1 ace hits the muck. Ace 9 for Pone Diddy will call the big blind, I do believe. We could always 3-bet too. Seems a little too spicy though. We can just play post flop. Ace 9 calls. 9-7-2 flop. All diamonds. Straight draw and flush draw for Internet. 6-10 Jack or diamond. Internet bets 1.4. Top pair, top kicker, wet ass board. Feels like a check raise, but the board's so wet that we might just call to keep the pot small, and a 7 on the turn. Turn goes check, bet, call. We're off to the river. Hopefully it's a brick. Pone Diddy thinking lead here, actually. They find it. 2 blinds to go into 8. Another block bet here. We'll see if Internet bumps it up or says let's just go to the river card. Internet goes in the tank. I don't think Ace 9 is going to fold. Do we ever get some sort of what to fold? I'm wondering if like 8 6s call the flop, lead on the 7 turn. Get raised. They wouldn't call the turn bet. Maybe. We do get top pair, top kicker calling the turn bet, that is, though. King on the river. 30 blinds in the middle, 30 behind. Beautifully sized up river jam here by Internet. Blocking the flush. King on the river. Internet goes in the tank. They rip it in. Hopefully Pone Diddy finds a way to call here. Ace 9 top, or what was top pair, top kicker. They do see kind of a shitty old king. It's not a diamond though. Second pair turned into 3 of a kind. Tough spot for Pone Diddy. I think our opponent's kind of repping the flop flush more than a pair of kings, right? Then a little bit of 7x. Maybe a little bit of deuce deuce. Pone Diddy finds the fold. Nice play by Internet. Queen, queen. Buddy on will open it up. Ace 9 hits the muck. Tough spot for Pone Diddy there. Goes for the block bet on the turn. Faces the big raise. King of spades on the river. Folds the all-in play. Not much action for the queen, queen for Buddy on. Ace 5 suited for Internet. Gonna limp it in. 8-9-0 for Buddy on in the big blind. We'll check it on. Back again we get a queen 7-5 flop. Bottom pair versus straight draw. 2 live cards. Ace 5 checks it over. 9-8 checks it back and makes the nuts on the turn. 5 in a row. See what size Buddy on goes here. Only 2.4 blinds in the middle. You're still trying to get called by worse. 2.9 blind bet. Let's see if Ace 5 hangs in there. It does. A 3 on the river. So there's a 1-liner to a 4. A bunch of flush draws miss. 8-9 is still the nuts here. Another overbet. Something like 9.5. Do we ever want to go larger, like 12? 10.6. Somewhere in the middle. Interesting little happening here for Internet. You don't expect much 7x to do this. No queen x probably. There's a one-liner to a 4, 8x. Miss straight draw would do this. A few missed club draws. 8, 9, the nuts of course does this. Ace 5 finds the call and sees the bad news. Buddy on in a healthy first place position with 103 blinds to internet 71 and Pone Diddy's 30. Queen Jack on the button will raise and get a 6-5 call from the big. Let's see 3 cards, dealer. A little King 4-2 straight draw to the 3 with the backdoor flush draw. Internet has check raising properties here. Sees a small C bet. Feels like the check raise is coming in. Internet says no, we just call 5 on the turn, make pair status. Still got that check rate, or we still got the flush, we still got the straight draw to the 3. There we go. Pair of 5s, doesn't really need to bluff though. It's got a little bit of showdown value. We face the overbet on the turn. 9.44 into 7.5. See if internet is curious once again. Was just shown the nuts on the last hand. Internet does find the call. 7 on the river. The flush draw misses. Queen Jack high, no good. 26 blinds in the middle. Just a pair of 5 straight blocker. $21 blinds into 26. We'll see if internet can sniff this one out. Flush draw misses. What do you expect? Just 2 Broadways to go bomb? Really feels like King X, dude. Maybe ace. Maybe a set. Few 2 pairs in there. 6-5 finds the fold. Nice play by Buddy on. Being a bit of a bully here. Picking up the big ass stack. 116 blinds. Internet moves along with 57. Bad news for internet. Queen 7 suited on the button. We'll open it up surely. Buddy on with Jack 10 suited in the small. This could get spicy. We do get the button open. Does Jack 10 suited just call? It does. Queen 7 suited in the big blind for Pone Diddy. They've been quiet the past few hands as we've seen the 2 bigger stacks go to war. Ace 8-5 flop. No real draws for anybody here. Internet with the pre-flop aggression. We'll take a stab on the flop. 1.6 blinds and take it down. Couple of ducks in the big blind. King Queen for Pone Diddy in the small. Gonna limp it on in and might face a raise. Might 3-bet jam. Might get a call. Just a rip facing the limp. Deuces just rip. 27 blinds. King Queen is gonna be curious here. There's gonna be some like shitty ace X, like ace deuce through 4. Yeah, something like that. Ace deuce through 4. I don't even know if it's the suited stuff. The suited stuff might prefer a small raise or just check it back and go post flop. What else just rips 20 something blinds like that? I guess the smallest pocket pairs, like 7s, might start to raise smaller. So maybe like 6s through deuces just rip. I wonder if you ever get like a King 4 suited just rip facing the limp. Some sort of like Queen 6 suited that doesn't want to go post flop, doesn't want to raise too small, give you a good price. Interesting spot for the King Queen. Pone Diddy didn't think too long, just found the fold and says I'll find a better spot. Interesting one though. 5-3 suited for internet in the small blind. Gonna limp it on in and 9-2 for Buddy on in the big. Limp pot. Buddy on likes a raise. They find it 7 blinds. That's some rude poker there. 5-3 suited has to hit the muck, of course. Ace 8 for internet. They come in for the min raise from the button. 9-2 suited for Pone Diddy, and the big blind likes to see flops, but this isn't quite the holding. Pone Diddy says, what are you talking about? This is totally the holding. 9-2 of clubs. 7-6-3 flop. No clubs out there for Pone Diddy. Backdoor straight draws. Checks it on over. Gets a free turn. The 6 of diamonds. We'll see if Pone Diddy can find a no equity bluff. No. 9 high. Checks it over to ace high. Free river card. The queen of diamonds. No real reason for anybody to bet here. I guess if Pone Diddy wants 5 big blinds, then there's a reason to bet. Nope. Ace high might call you on the river anyways. Pone Diddy shows it down and internet takes it as blinds go up. Ace 3 from the button. Queen from the small. We'll see what size Pone Diddy goes here, playing 17.5 blinds deep. They make it 11, leaving themselves with 6.5 behind. Buddy on sees the 4K bounty and quickly folds, says my ace is no good here. Ace 2 for internet, will limp it in. 9-4, checks it back. We get a king. 5-3 flop, all spades. Nobody with a spade. Flop goes check. On the turn goes check. Do we bet yet? No. Take it to the river, the 8 of diamonds. Buddy on says, I'm not bluffing at all. 9 high will show it down, and 2.4 blinds will never slide our way. Ooh, interesting one here. 9-9 for internet. Ace 3 for Buddy on. Could think about a 3-bet. 7-7 for Pone Diddy. Oof. Ace 3 hits the muck. Pone Diddy's in trouble. This is a pretty easy 3-bet jam from the big blind. 3 of 3. We just rip. We get snap called by 9s. That's the way she goes here. Looking for a 7. Diamonds are no good, but hearts are clean. There's some backdoor dropouts to an ace and king. Don't find none of that on the 4 diamonds turn. Eat on the river. Internet will make a straight and get the bounty. Take down a big pot. They got 70 blinds to Buddy on's 90 blinds. 10-3 suited will come in for the big raise from the button here. 2.5, 8-6 will call the big blind. We get a 6-5-5 flop. 5 1/4 blinds in the middle. Goes check. Deuce on the turn. Do. Top pair will lead out pretty big, and the straight draw to the 4 will just hit the muck. Jack 5 versus Deuce 5. Get a raise and a fold, and we're moving on along. 10-3 suited again for Buddy on, opening the button. Ace 7 for internet. Think about a 3-bet, but ace 7 doesn't mind a call. Queen Jack 6 flop. Nothing doing here for Buddy on again. Backdoor straight draws. Sees a free 2 on the turn. Not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking for with 10-3 of clubs. Flush completes. Free 7 on the river as internet makes pair status. They bet 2.1 into 5 1/4 and take another one down. King 10 versus 9-8. We'll get a raise and a call, then we're off to the flop. Internet goes in the tank. 2.6 blinds is the size. 9-8 defends the big with the call, of course. Queen 8-4 flop. Middle pair for Buddy on. Checks it on over. Internet goes for a hefty bet. 3.65 into 5.5. Middle pair calls. 4 on the turn. Brings in the heart draw. Internet without a heart. Checks it back. 3 on the river. All draws miss. King 10 don't get there. 9-8 probably confident to check call here. King 10 says I'm not bluffing. 13 blinds will slide Buddy on's way. Ace 3 versus Ace King. We get an open and a 3-bet and potentially a 4-bet. Potentially a 5-bet all in. 3-bet to 10 blinds and a swift fold, so no real action. 3-bet takes it down. 8-4 for internet. 8-4. Ain't no 4. We're thinking this one through. We limp it in. Interesting stuff here. 5-6 gets a free flop. Ace, Ace-6 goes check. Bet, call. We're off to the turn. Oh, check raise. Check raise from the pair of 6s. 8-4 doesn't have much of a play here. Backdoor straight draw. 8 high hits the muck. 10-3. Oh, for buddy on. We'll fold the button. Internet getting the walk, of course. 7-4 suited. We'll open the button. Queen 10 defends the big with a call. We get a queen, jack 3 flop. 1 spade for internet with a backdoor straight draw. Do we bet here? 7 high. Hard not to bet. 2.2 blinds. Buddy on with the toppest of pairs. A fairly wet board. Plays call. Queen on the turn. Completes the flush. 3 of a kind. Buddy on checks it on over swiftly. 10 blinds in the middle. 7 high, no draw, board pairs, flush completes. Kind of gross to continue bluffing here with 7 high. Nice give up by internet. Doobity-boo. 10 blinds in the middle. 3 of a kind. We'll bet just under 8 and take the pot down. 7-4 versus 7-3, we get a walk. Well, that's boring. 9-4, internet just gonna limp it in from the button. Ace-7 for buddy on. You like to see this shit, but there's a raise pre. Buddy on will take it down. You don't like to see that. We wanted to see a limp and a check. Internet gets another walk. King 10 versus 10-9 suited. Interesting stuff here. At least a raise and a call, right? We'll see 3 cards. Ace, Queen, 7. 1 spade for buddy on with backdoor straight draw. Sees a C-bet. Straight draw to the jack for internet. Gets a 3 on the turn. King high still best. No equity picked up for buddy on. Just looking for a 9. Internet checks. They are susceptible to being bluffed off the river. King of spades. We both block the straight. Internet with a little bit of showdown value. Buddy on sees some weakness on the turn after the check. King on the river does smack some of the hands that would check the river. Or sorry, check the turn. And make a pair on the river. Such as the King 10, maybe King Jack. King 10 sees the overbet. Doesn't even think too long. Finds the call. Nice play by internet. Make pair status. Call it on down. See the good news. Buddy on with ace 4. Gonna raise the button and see a King 10 King flop. Go for a small C bet and take it on down. Excuse me. Limp pot. 3-2 flops. Bottom pair, checks it back in position. Ace 5 with the toppest of pairs. Checks it over twice, picking up the flush draw on the turn. Free 6 on the river. 2 1/4 blinds in the middle. 1.5 blind bet by top pair. And a quick call by the pair 3. Sees the bad news, but it's a very small pot. And we get a couple kings, but internet gets another walk. King Queen will open the button, 2.6 blinds, and take the pot down pre. Boring. Queen 5 raises the button, 9-7. Defends the big blind with a call. Internet goes in the tank though, making me think raise. No, we call reasonably. Ace 7-2 flop. I remember back earlier, internet was saying they're playing 10 tables. Now they're heads up here, probably making their life difficult. Makes a pair of 7s. 4 on the turn. Beep, 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 beep. Ooh, queen on the river. Bad news for internet after hanging in there with the pair of sevens. Buddy on makes pair status and second pair, which beats third pair. Second pair bets and gets a call. A little bit more than half pot. Internet just has to pay it off and see the bad news as Buddy on stack continues to grow. 4-2 suited versus 3-2 suited. Get a raise and a call and a queen 2 flop. That's a lot of twos, but we're most likely to chop this up here. Both players with backdoor flush draws. Get a bet and a raise. Does a 3-bet take the pot down? Internet just call most likely though. Internet does call with the bottom pair, 8 on the turn. It's either goes small bet or check by Buddy on. 4.6 blinds, a quarter pot. Internet hangs in there with bottom pair on the flush draw, 10 on the river. I think it goes check as a few straights get there. A couple of overcards to the pair of twos. Check, and we chop it on up. 7-5 for Buddy on. I'll raise the button. 6-2 in the big blind. Not too tempted to see a flop. 8-6 versus 8-2. We get a raise and a fold and another pot taken down pre. A6 versus 8-3, another raise and another fold. This internet wants to get crazy. They say no siree, we are going to play disciplined poker here. Ace-3, raise the button. 10-4, defends the big with a call. King, queen, 7 flop. 1 spade for Buddy on, backdoor straight draw. Gets a free turn. 10 of clubs, makes pair status. Internet with a straight draw and overcard. I bet big here, putting a lot of pressure on the pair of 10s. Who's going to have to hang in there for a bet? No! Buddy on just moves along, sees the bad news later. No pair, ace high gets him off the pot there. 3-5 suited opens the button, and 8-5 suited 3 bets the big blind, takes the pot down, and then a king and a queen will raise and take it down pre. King 8 suited opens, ace-6, probably just a call. Boppity boo, queen 5, jack flop. I don't know why I said it in that order. Flush draw, backdoor straight draws, Buddy on bets 1.5. Ace high call is sticky, dude. That's a sticky call, that's for sure. 8 on the turn gives Buddy on a pair. Ace high gets the free 4 diamonds on the river. River goes check, and a pair of 8s is best. 8-4 limp pot facing the 2-5. We get a 9-6-4 flop bottom pair. Backdoor equity for Buddy on. They check it on over 2-5 with the straight draw to the 3. We'll bang it off on the turn. Check it on back. Make it on the turn. 1.5 blind bet by Buddy on. Faces a hefty raise, 7.5 blind, 6 to call. No draw here for Buddy on, eh? They don't have no straight draw. They find the call. No boat draw. 3 of a kind draw and 2 pair draw doesn't get there. We block the flush that got there, but I don't know if Buddy on pays off any more bets here just with the pair of 4s. Internet with a straight, bets 15 blinds, slightly under the pot. Six 3-0, 4-3-0. Buddy on says it looks like 2 pair. You imagine he says, is it a 2 pair, rips the river? Try to bluff him off it. Finds the call, very curious. Says maybe 8-7, some sort of, I don't know, random 5x. Buddy on says nice hand after finding the call. Was nice hand by internet. Ace 8 faces a button open. We'll play call. Ace Jack 9 flop. Buddy on with the flush draw. Top pair for internet here. Buddy on position, bets real small. Gets a call. 6 on the turn, looks like a straight draw to the 8 for Buddy on. Other than that, they need a club dealer. They bet 8.5, that's over the pot. 8 of diamonds for internet isn't the worst card to have. Obviously not the best. Blocking some straight draws. Got a call on the turn, ace of diamonds, so the flush draw bricks, straight draw bricks. Internet's laughing away. Buddy on was 7 high, thinking about a river bluff here. Do we have a size other than all in? Why does it feel like the 7 high jams coming in? Oh, it's a 30 blind bet. Internet still, I think, just calls, right? So strong. A here. Internet tells him he's got the ace, so he's not ripping the river. It's either a call or fold. And I think in the end we probably call because we lose the flop flushes. There's no straight potentials out there. Flop flushes, a few boats. Some sort of 9-9 ace jack. Jack I'm sure could be there. Like the 6s, probably not. Ace 6 maybe. Ace 8 finds the call. Very nicely done by internet. Says, man, I gotta hope you're just going on a big bluff ski here. Buddy on found the 7 high bluff, picking up the straight draw onto the turn. He's gonna rip in ace 2 here. Might get called by Jack 9 suited for the 10k bounty. Jack 9 with fair equity says no, we'll look for a slightly better spot. Deuce deuce, Buddy on 19 blinds rips the button. We'll take this one down pre-internet with another hand with fair equity, forced to fold pre-flop. Ace 6 versus ace jack will get in pre-flop. Internet will limp it in. Buddy on will rip and we'll get a quick call. Snap call by ace jack in for 6s and diamonds. 1 diamond but a jack on the flop. That is the show. Internet throws him out the GG. Buddy on says congrats, and internet does get the job done. Has 9 more tables to play but scoops about what, 40 plus 70 grand in total for their efforts. It's a nice showing for internet. Where'd they start this bad boy off at? 68 blinds, 3rd place position on a stacked final table. It's a fine day for internet there. Nice to see them get the job done. But that's the end of the show. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another video. If you got any comments or suggestions on improving the show, fire them down in the comments below. And until next time, adios amigos.